It is Wednesday night, the day before Thanksgiving. So there's no orders that need to be shipped tomorrow, but I am going to pack some things tonight. There's just 3 orders that came in today. I'm going to pack them all just in case tomorrow um, there are more sales, and I don't want to be overloaded because we're going to be spending most of the day with Jessica's family, and then Saturday we'll celebrate with my family. So I did go to my little lunch break thrift store a couple of times this week, and yesterday I picked up some silverware. These sort of mid-century modern pieces from Cambridge, and I thought it was a pattern called Tide Pool, and then I was looking at this slotted spoon, it's like serving spoon, and the Tide Pool pattern had a different cutout in it. So I did a little bit more research. It was a little bit tough, but I scrolled through replacements.com for a while, and then I was able to take a photo of this spoon and put that into the replacements.com search box, and I found out that it was actually a pattern called Vera. So they're not like, incredibly valuable, but I didn't pay that much for these. Yesterday I got the 5 pieces. They have like silverware at this thrift store in like a crock, and it just says a quarter a piece. So I got 5 pieces. When I went to the cash register, the lady said, let's just call it $1. And then when she added the tax in, she said, okay, it's $1.10, but I've got a dime here. I'll just put it in. She only charged me like $1 total. Here comes Pineapple. Come here, my boy. Oh, come here, puppy. Here's my puppy Pineapple. He was up this morning early at 5 o'clock because we had a pretty major windstorm coming through, and he was getting scared and was shaking and panting, and then he started barking and woke us up. He has some real fears of noises, like noise phobia, and we have been working on that for a couple of years. And finally, in the last few months, we got him on fluoxetine. He's taking that full time, and it's really helping a lot. So even though he was scared this morning, it wasn't as extreme as it has been in the past. He used to get so scared that he would, self-harm, and he seems to be doing good now. But he was awake, and he was keeping us awake. So there's a little room down here, his little secret bedroom, that's supposed to be a secure place for him to go when there's storms or thunder or fireworks or whatever. And he really wanted to get down here last night. And we've really only had to use that room 4 or 5 times. Don't look so sad right now, bud. Look in the camera and be happy. We've only had to use that room 4 or 5 times, but he's definitely learned it's a safe place for him to be. So he wanted to get down here. So last night, or this morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I was down here with him, trying to sleep in a tiny little room where I can't even stretch my legs out all the way. But anyway, he made it through the day. He's fine, but I'm pretty tired. So I'm going to show you the rest of these spoons and forks and whatever, and then we're going to go into the kitchen and get tonight's orders packed up. So okay, back to the spoons. I got 5 of them for $1, and then they were just loose. And then I went back today and I found a Ziploc bag full of them. I think it's about 69 or 67 pieces. It's like 12. Let's see, it's 12 complete place settings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces times 12 is 60, and then 2 each of these serving serving utensils. This is like a cold meat fork and the slotted spoon. So 64, and then 1 more butter knife. I'm just going to put with yesterday's finds. So I'm going to list yesterday's stuff separately because it's sort of a mismatched set. And then I'm going to list, I'll probably get like $21 for those, 20, maybe as much as 24. And then I'm going to do 12, I'm going to do a multi-quantity listing selling individual place settings with 5 pieces, 2 forks, 2 spoons, and a knife, and then multiply that times 12. So I think that's probably going to be like $21 or $22 each. So let's say, I think I'll get 16 to 20 for each set of these. That's probably like, let's say that's $30 plus 12 times 20, 120. So we're looking at 150, and then that one there, 170. So maybe we make $150 or $170 off this once it finally all sells. I don't anticipate it moving that quickly, but these things don't take up that much space, so we'll store it and just wait for the right buyer to come along. And hopefully somebody will come and just buy all of these place settings at one go, but 12 is a lot. Okay, don't have much else to talk about, so let's just go in the kitchen and get today's orders packed and ready to ship. Okay, like I said, just 3 orders going out tonight and a couple of decent sales and a little bit cheaper one. But I'm happy with these sales today, I think. Not as high as I want them to be, but we got plenty of time. It's still relatively early. It's only like 9:30. And we got until 2 a.m. to be considered sale today. So right here I just sold yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, a cookie gun, like electric squeeze thing to make shaped cookies. Like they sell very well at Christmas time. This one is just a decorator gun. So basically put frosting in it. It's brand new, still sealed in the package. Pampered Chef stuff. The good thing about Pampered Chef is that they put a little model number on every box, and it's usually just 4 numbers, so very easy to search on eBay. You can just put Pampered Chef, those 4 numbers, and then you'll find out very quickly if something is worth selling. So this thing I had listed for a little while for $20. It is going into Christmas time, and the interest in this is probably going to pick up. And I probably could have gotten the $20 that I had asked for it. I paid $3 for it. But somebody sent me an offer today for $15, and I figured might as well get rid of it. It's been here since February, according to my notes. So that's long enough. Like I said, if I left it for another 2 weeks, it might have sold for full price, but I'd rather have $15 now than $20. The not possibility of $20 in 2 weeks. And once we get past Christmas, it's going to sit for another year before anybody buys it, probably. So it's going to go out tonight for $15 minus 3. We're at 12. So we're probably only going to make about $9 on this tonight. Maybe a little bit more, but not much. But Pampered Chef, some of that stuff is really good. Some of it not. You just have to do some research to figure out which stuff is worth selling and which isn't. I wish this was a little bit lighter, but I'm not going to get 3 ounces out of this box unless I put it in a totally different box. I'm trying to figure out how to keep shipping on this as cheap as possible, since I'm not making that much money on it anyway. But I don't feel like repacking it, so we're going to just call it. It's going to NA in West Virginia. So West Virginia, that is kind of far, so it might end up being more expensive than I wish it was, but whatever. We're going to just ship it. Okay, next thing up, I've got one of these pizzelle makers, Pizzelle Chef. Vitantonio is the brand on this one. This is one of my favorite things to find at estate sales and whatever, and they're pretty common around here in the Chicago area. Used to have a big, I guess it still does have the area I live in had a very big Italian presence. In probably like in the 50s through the 70s, maybe even into the 90s. And it's gotten to be a little bit more diverse around here, but it used to be a lot of Italian folks. And so a lot of houses have these Italian cookie makers, and they sell very well, usually very quickly and for a decent price. I can't really tell you why, but some models, they all look basically the same, but some models sell for maybe $25, $30, and some sell for $120 or $130, and I don't know what's different about them, why one would be worth so much more than another, but I'll pick them up regardless. I'm not even gonna look them up if I'm at a thrift store or an estate sale, and it does not fit in this box. It kind of fits, but no, I'm gonna have to find a different box. Okay, I found another box. This one's not really the ideal size either because it's kind of big for this thing, but I don't really want to resize it too much, and it's gonna just go in here and it'll work out, I guess. I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna put this cardboard tube in here to fill up some of the space, and then we'll fill the rest up with paper and those green bubbles over there. I might give it a wrap and bubble wrap, even though it's not going to really do anything to protect it, but a buyer might appreciate that, so we'll just wrap it up the best we can. It's an awkward shape with this handle sticking out. I hear Pineapple again. He sneaks down here sometimes, and then he goes into his little bedroom. And then I didn't know he was down here, and I'll go upstairs and shut all the doors and lock him down here. I've done it about 5 times now. Okay, that has at least some protection. I think I'll put this whole thing in a bag just for the sake of it. And I do have a big garbage bag here. These nice clear bags. The only problem with these is they're a little tough to get open because of the static. You gotta do this old-fashioned old lady thing, lick your fingers and get them open. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. All right, I'll wrap this up, put this bubble, put this thing in here. I will shorten this box a little bit. Will I? Maybe I won't. Let's not. I'm gonna just put a bunch of paper in here, a lot of paper, and then back to this. All right, we'll use some of these bubbles to fill up the awkward space on either side of the handle. I'll put one back here too, maybe. Yep. Okay, there's 2 of these, I just need one. That box just split open, so it's gonna have to tape it pretty intensely because the side just split. All right, more paper on top, and then that's it. Close it up. This will be good. Be fine. Okay. This box has quite a lot of weird labels all over it, so I'm gonna cover a bunch of them with these. When I first started posting on YouTube, I had somebody complaining that I was wasting these labels, but I got all these labels for free, and they were the wrong size for printing shipping labels. So they're basically just sitting here waiting for me to use them for something, and covering up old labels with a sticker is a lot faster than scratching it out. That's what the person told me I should do. Just get a marker and scratch out the old labels. It's faster and cheaper. Like, I can't see how that would be faster. Okay, this box is seeing some use, so I'm gonna tape it up pretty well with a lot more tape than I would normally use. But yeah, it's got some dings and dents on it, and it has this, it's sealed up with this paper tape, which I think is pretty good for one use. Like, once it's shipped more than one time, that paper tape can just fail, and I want to just cover it up, protect it. Okay, pizzelle. This is going to be pretty heavy. 7 pounds. 18 by 12 by 6. 18, 12, 6. Let's get rid of that. And let's see, where's it going? I'm going to ship this to someone named MT in PA, Pennsylvania. All right, next thing up is, this thing is it's actually like a printing press. You put ink on a plate, put a paper on it, and then squeeze it down like that. I bought this. I have a background in printmaking, and I bought this to use it for a project, and it seemed like it just didn't really do that great of a job. Couldn't get enough pressure on it to really get a good print. So it's been sitting down in my basement for probably 3 years, maybe 4 years since I bought it, maybe 5 years really. And I just realized that I don't need it, and I looked it up. And I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it sold for $100, which was kind of a surprise. So I feel like I probably would only have paid 30 or maybe as much as 40, but I would never have paid $100 for this thing. I'm gonna put it in another box, even though I probably could just ship it in the box it's in. I included a picture of that box in the listing, so I don't want that box to get damaged, even though it's had plenty of wear already. I'd rather just have it arrive looking as close to as what it looked like in the pictures as possible. So we'll spend a little money on paper and on a box, but somebody did pay $100 for this. Something that I would have said was, I would call it free. Like, I don't know what I paid for it. Honestly, I have no real recollection of even buying it. I just know I got it. It's certainly possible I got it at a thrift store or something, and I just don't remember. But it's been sitting around here long enough, and I'm never going to use it again, so let's get rid of it. Okay. Press. It's relatively heavy too, so let's see how heavy it is. 7 pounds, same as the pizzelle. And this box is 13 by 13 by, should be 7. Okay, I'm going to buy these 3 labels and get them printed and stuck on these boxes, and then I'll come back and talk about exact profits on each of these items. All right, all 3 of these are labeled up and ready to go. Like I said, they're not going out tomorrow. We'll save them until Friday tomorrow is the holiday. So let's go to my spreadsheet and I'll tell you exactly how much we made on these things. So the Pampered Chef decorator gun, $12.72. A little more than I thought. I think I was estimating around $10, so that's okay. The Pizzelle Chef, $39.39. And the Speedball printing press, $85.03. So that's a total for the day of $137.14, which is definitely not high enough. I'm shooting for just over $200 a day, and now I think it has to be quite a bit more to reach. I'm trying to get $50,000 this year, and if I don't get it, it's no big deal. But I did set a goal, $50,000 in profit, and I would like to get it, but I was expecting to make $203 every single day during November, and we're getting close to the end of the month now. It's the 26th, and I don't anticipate. I think we'd have to be selling like several days at like $300 and $400 to get that average up to 203. So maybe we'll really knock it out of the park in December, but I'm anticipating not reaching that goal. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. If you care to stick around and see if I get to that $50,000 at the end of the year, subscribe and come along on this dumb journey to see if we can reach a arbitrary goal that I made up for myself. Until then, I'm going to just keep making a video every day. So thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with something. I don't know what it's going to be on the holiday, but something. So yeah, tune in. We'll see you then.